Hello guys, today I will be doing a recap on new anime series called Reborn as a vending machine. Now I wander the dungeon. Yup, you heard it right. So let's get started. The story begins by the tranquil lake, where our valiant protagonist encounters an unfamiliar setting. Suddenly, a recollection floods his mind. He was cruising on his scooter when a rogue vending machine careened in front of him, colliding with his being. Astonishingly, he survives the impact, albeit unable to move. Unexpectedly, he hears his own voice cordially welcoming customers, realizing he has been reborn as a vending machine. Intriguingly, our hero, who possessed an ardent fondness for vending machines, embraces this unanticipated form with remarkable contentment. He admires his reasonably priced wares and sleek design, yet soon realizes the potential predicaments this new existence may entail. Contemplating whether divine intervention had granted him this transformation into his beloved object, he resolves to accept his circumstances. As a vending machine, he fulfills his standard duties, uttering customary phrases such as "insert coin" and "thanks for buying." Pondering his newfound body and its capabilities, he notices inscriptions denoting the items he vends, currently limited to mineral water and corn soup. An ethereal voice enlightens him about the option to modify his offerings by expending points. To his astonishment, he possesses 1,000 points, which he discovers can be converted into monetary currency used to restock or alter his goods, or even acquire additional functions. Through further exploration, he realizes that these points enable him to maintain items at various temperatures, warm frozen edibles, or even dispense hot water for ramen. Intrigued by his inventory, he unveils an assortment of products he once delighted in purchasing from vending machines during his previous existence. Curiosity piqued, he decides to experiment by changing one of his items to milk tea. With a mere expenditure of 10 points, the machine is promptly replenished with milk teas. Eagerly, he learns that he can accrue 1 point for every 100 yen, gradually unraveling more about his own nature. Curiously, he discovers that he requires no electricity for power, as his points fuel his functioning. 1 point per hour sustains his operation, amounting to 24 points per day. Consequently, he deduces that earning a minimum of 2,400 yen daily is essential for his survival. Fortunately, he still possesses 990 points, granting him approximately 1 month of operation. However, he resolves not to squander his points until he can secure a more reliable source of income. Anxiety sets in as he realizes his secluded location, prompting distressing thoughts that his luminosity may forever remain unseen, destined to go unnoticed. Yet, just as despair threatens to consume him, a colossal frog materializes, inching closer. However, the frog's advance is unexpectedly disrupted by the vending machine's welcoming voice. Startled, the frog retaliates, brandishing a club and progressively depleting the machine's durability. Our protagonist discerns that if his durability reaches 0, he will shatter and become inoperable. Relentlessly, the frog persists in its assault, rapidly diminishing the machine's resilience. Desperately searching for a means of self-defense, he stumbles upon a revelation, an ability to acquire divine blessings. With a selection of diverse abilities bestowed upon him, he opts for the barrier skill, successfully repelling the frog's aggression. Inflated with a sense of invincibility, he soon realizes that the sustained onslaught exhausts his points at an alarming rate. The frogs eventually tire of their futile endeavors, allowing the resilient machine to endure. Employing his remaining points, he diligently repairs his durability, though he now possesses a mere 311 points. Several days elapse, and the machine's endeavor to secure sales remains fruitless. Yet, when hope appears on the horizon, a young girl emerges. Initially cautious, her hunger compels her to approach, confessing her inadequacy as a hunter. Having relied on frog hunting for sustenance, her luck has waned. Curiosity piqued, she notices the enigmatic vending machine, unaware of its capabilities. Startled by the machine's welcoming voice and its request for a coin, the girl ponders the acceptable currency. Experimenting with a copper coin proves futile, prompting the machine's realization that it lacks the coin conversion function. Swiftly, he acquires the necessary skill for a modest sum of 100 points, enabling him to accept the girl's silver coin as payment. While she deems it costly, her dire hunger motivates her to proceed. Excitement surges within the machine as he prepares for his inaugural sale. The girl opts for the soup item, pleasantly surprised to find it piping hot. Savoring the flavor, she proclaims its superiority over any available alternatives. Overwhelmed by the joy he brings her, the vending machine experiences a profound sense of fulfillment. Eager to cater to her curiosity, the girl explores his repertoire, relishing a cup of milk tea alongside her initial purchase. Her satisfaction prompts her to procure additional corn soups, ultimately yielding him a modest sum of 6 silver coins, translating to 60 points. Fatigued, the girl eventually succumbs to slumber beside her newfound companion. Moved by her vulnerability and considering her a cherished patron, the vending machine erects a protective barrier, ensuring her safety throughout the night. When the girl awakens, she expresses gratitude to Boxo for the nourishment he provided. Startled by his speaking abilities, she wonders if he possesses the power of speech, considering her acquaintance with someone who crafts magically empowered tools. She ponders whether Boxo's speech is limited to specific lines. Observing that he comprehends her, they devise a communication method wherein he responds with hello for yes and thank you for no. Introducing herself as Lamas, the girl embarks on unraveling Boxo's story. Unable to disclose his name, he happily accepts her given name for him, Boxo. Concerned about his potential loneliness, Lamas proposes relocating him. Boxo agrees, astounded by her formidable strength as she effortlessly lifts him. Grateful for the chance to move after being stationary for so long, Boxo learns that Lamas possesses the blessing of mice, explaining her extraordinary might. After some time, Lamas takes a break, desiring more corn soup. However, Boxo realizes that the soup fails to satisfy her hunger, prompting him to search for an alternative. Astonished by his ability to change items, Lamas eagerly suggests an experiment. They swap the soup for a can of potato chips, which Lamas finds utterly delectable, consuming multiple cans. Through this, Boxo manages to restore his points to 320. Returning to the village, Lamas attracts the attention of the guards who question the nature of her discovery. She describes Boxo as a magical tool that grants items in exchange for money, claiming to have found it by the lake. Concerned about ownership, Lamas inquires if she may keep it, and the guards inform her that whoever finds something within a dungeon becomes its rightful owner. Puzzled by this revelation, Boxo reflects that it cannot be a dungeon since he can see the sky. Intrigued by Boxo's ability to converse, the guards consider the possibility of selling him at a high price. However, Lamas insists on taking him to meet her friend. Impressed by his merchandise, the guards sample various items and suggest that Lamas bring him around occasionally. Boxo envisions a prosperous future for his business. As they enter the village, Lamas notices a girl being bullied and swiftly intervenes. Despite her impressive strength, she struggles to land a hit on one of the attackers. Fleeing, the men retreat, leaving Lamas to check on the girl. Lamas proceeds to an inn, where her friend Manami rushes to greet her, relieved that she returned unharmed. Lamas shares her concern about the rumors surrounding hunters and their negative impact. Turning her attention to Boxo, Manami initially perceives him as more clutter, but Lamas insists on his exceptional usefulness. Setting him up outside, Lamas aims to attract customers, while Manami suggests Lamas find employment at the inn to earn money. She hopes Boxo's presence will enhance their customer base. The townspeople quickly become enamored with the quality of Boxo's items, resulting in substantial sales during the evening. Lamas escorts Boxo to the gate, where the guards eventually grow weary of his current selection. Sensing the need for new items, Boxo contemplates his success. Having sold over 400 items, he now boasts an impressive cash of over 3,000 points. As if responding to his thoughts, Boxo emits a radiant glow, surprising the guard with the appearance of a novel item. Priced at 3 silver coins, the guard eagerly embraces the opportunity to try something different. Curiosity arises regarding how to consume it, but fortuitously, the can bears clear instructions. Unveiling a delectable stew, the guards revel in its delightful flavors, eager to procure more. News of Boxo's novel creation quickly circulates throughout the village, gaining considerable popularity. However, during the day, Boxo temporarily suspends its availability, mindful of not overshadowing the inn's restaurant business. Meanwhile, the girl whom Lamas had bravely rescued approaches Boxo, but her encounter with his speaking voice startles her. In response, she hurls a rock at him before fleeing. Nevertheless, their days persist, with Lamas accompanying Boxo on nightly visits to the guards. As they walk, Lamas converses with Boxo, expressing her longing for genuine communication and their shared aspiration to reach her friend on the surface. Lamas cherishes the discovery of Boxo and realizes that being reborn as a vending machine isn't as unfavorable as initially presumed. Next day, a terrifying moment arrived for Boxo when he unexpectedly faced a fierce bear. To his surprise, the bear revealed itself as the esteemed director of the Hunters Association. Impressed by Boxo's ingenuity, the director requested their assistance in a crucial mission to attack the stronghold of the formidable frog monsters. Wallace, puzzled by the director's decision, questioned Boxo's combat abilities. However, the director emphasized Boxo's invaluable role in providing warm and portable sustenance to sustain the hunters during their perilous undertaking. He vowed to keep them safe. Though hesitant, Wallace acknowledged the potential danger the frog monsters posed to the village and reluctantly agreed to join the mission. After 3 days, their party embarked on the challenging expedition. They soon realized it was the breeding season for the frogs, leading to a significant increase in their numbers. Safeguarding the transfer circle, the gateway between the dungeon and the outside world, became a top priority. Alongside the village hunters, a group of daring outcasts called the Misfits eagerly joined the raid, enticed by the prospect of monetary gain. During a brief break, Lamas placed Boxo down, catching the attention of a fellow hunter. Assuring Lamas of their protection, the hunter became intrigued by Boxo's presence. Lamas explained how to operate the enigmatic vending machine, and the hunter sampled a refreshing lemon tea, marveling at its exquisite packaging and delightful taste. Intrigued, he called his vice captain, Felmina, also known as Captain Kelroy. Boxo, astonished by this revelation, learned of Kelroy's position of authority. Kelroy, curious about magical artifacts, consulted Felmina, hoping to uncover Boxo's mystery. However, Felmina sensed no magical energy from Boxo and perceived him as a mere block of iron. Despite the intrigue, Kelroy chose to appreciate Boxo's presence as a welcome enigma. As night fell, the director granted a temporary respite. Boxo seized the opportunity to attract a crowd of eager customers. Introducing steaming cup noodles to his selection, Boxo captivated the townsfolk with his unique offerings. Among the crowd, Boxo noticed a young girl with a hearty appetite. Llamas formed a connection with the girl, named Sui. Later that night, the director joined their gathering and informed Lawless that the treacherous frog den lay just 3 hours away. Lawless faced a choice: to remain in the safety of the camp or join the courageous hunters on the battlefield. As a fellow hunter, Llamas expressed her willingness to participate, albeit with concerns for Boxo's well-being. Showing unwavering loyalty, Boxo assured them of his resilience and eagerly agreed to join the battle. With the arrival of a new day, they reached the heart of the frog base, surrounded by thick mist and navigating treacherous mud. The director commanded the hunters to initiate the attack, sparking an intense battle against the frogs. Kelroy, the courageous leader, motivated his team by offering increased rewards for successful kills. Llamas, determined and focused, faces difficulties in hitting her targets. Suddenly, a frog leaps towards her, but she skillfully defends herself, surprised by her improved accuracy. Having Boxo on her back seems to enhance her balance. At the same time, the Misfits team engages the frogs, and Felmina demonstrates her water magic by swiftly taking out 3 of them. However, more frogs emerge, leaving Kelroy puzzled by their overwhelming numbers. As they become surrounded, Boxo starts to worry. The frogs charge at them, but Sui bravely intervenes to protect Llamas. Yet another frog targets Sui, causing Llamas to prepare for defense. In a remarkable moment, Boxo's barrier repels the frog, leaving the girls astonished by this mysterious phenomenon. Boxo is relieved to have safeguarded them and decides to invest 1,000 points in a new ability to expand his field of view. Llamas instructs Boxo to stay watchful, and Kelroy compliments Llamas on her strength, leading her to blush. Boxo alerts Llamas about the impending attack, but she is too preoccupied to hear him. Consequently, Boxo deploys his barrier once again to drive away the frogs. Kelroy is amazed by the barrier's power, and Llamas attributes it to Boxo's abilities, further arousing Kelroy's curiosity. However, Boxo worries that his powers might be dangerous. In the end, they prevail over the frogs, and Kelroy orders his team to collect the frogs' tongues to claim their reward from the association. Felmina urges Kelroy to assist, but Kelroy asserts his position as captain to avoid such tasks, causing his teammates to label him a tyrant. Uncertain about their next move, Kelroy proposes joining the front lines to support the battle effort. Felmina reminds him of their responsibility to protect Llamas and Boxo. Motivated by the promise of increased earnings, Kelroy offers bonuses to his team, while Felmina emphasizes that the decision lies with Llamas. Kelroy earnestly pleads with Llamas to join the front lines, and she willingly agrees, eager to aid the hunters in the fight. They continue to eliminate more frogs, and several hunters sustain injuries. Llamas carries the wounded hunters to the wagon, while Boxo ponders how he can contribute. Suddenly, an idea strikes him, and he decides to offer the hunters free drinks. Grateful for his gesture, the hunters accept the drinks, and the director expresses his gratitude to Kelroy for his timely assistance. The director notes the unexpected abundance of frogs, leaving Lawless to ponder the cause. Speculating that the Frog King may have arisen, the director seeks Kelroy's aid in defeating it. He instructs Llamas to stay behind and assist in tending to the wounded hunter's needs. Later that night, Llamas is called away to help other hunters, while a suspicious individual approaches Boxo. Boxo, the clever vending machine, realizes that the man is after his money. To outsmart him, Boxo offers him a free drink. However, as the man tries to grab it, he accidentally burns his hand with the hot soup. Boxo finds it amusing, but the man gets angry and prepares to harm Boxo. Fortunately, Llamas returns just in time, swiftly knocking out the man and ensuring he is restrained. Suddenly, they notice a disturbance, and the Frog King emerges, causing panic among the hunters. Llamas quickly places Boxo on the wagon, but the scared pigs refuse to move. Understanding the urgency, Llamas lets the pigs go and decides to pull the wagon herself using her strength. Meanwhile, Boxo ponders the situation and realizes that his barrier alone may not be sufficient to protect everyone. Searching through his inventory, he buys a bottle of Coke. Llamas recognizes that Boxo has a plan as they grab the Coke, and Boxo activates his form change function, transforming into a candy machine filled with Mentos. Now, Boxo awaits Llama's guidance on what to do next. However, Boxo struggles to clearly communicate his plan, repeatedly asking for a coin. Llamas tries her best to understand but remains perplexed. As the Frog King approaches, the hunters assume that Boxo might be malfunctioning. However, Lawless recognizes Boxo's genuine efforts. Helpless, Boxo watches events unfold. Suddenly, the previously subdued thief regains consciousness and notices the Frog King. Fearing for his life, he demands to be freed. In response, a hunter stuffs his mouth to silence him, but unfortunately, he starts to choke. Acting quickly, they offer him some coke, resulting in a surprising explosion. Inspired by this unexpected turn, Llamas grasps Boxo's plan and explains it to the other hunters. They utilize the coke to blast the Frog King in its eyes. Just in time, Calroy and the director arrive, and together, they successfully defeat the Frog King. The victory is celebrated, and the director apologizes to Llamas for putting her in danger. He expresses gratitude to Boxo for saving them all, acknowledging the successful completion of their mission. This brings an end to our episode. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel, Annie Explainer.